What is going on? I did not want to do this. Well, let me rephrase that. I actually, absolutely, when I heard everything that went on this weekend, it made me want to do this. There we go. That's the honest statement of the day. It made me want to do this because a lot of things happened this weekend, and we're all aware of that. We're all aware of it. A lot of things happened this weekend, and it kind of pissed me off. So I have a lot of steam to let off. So I'm not going to be nice today about these things. I was nice Sunday because I was delivering a message from God, so that checks out. However, this is Terrell Speaks, where I get to say whatever the heck I want. I don't cuss, things like that, of course, because I'm still a minister of the Lord. But I have strong opinions when it comes to sadistic, psychopathic murderers. You can't even have a church event without someone doing something stupid and moronic. Let me gonna go to let me just go to what I was gonna go to. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, because this stuff is just saddens me. Let's see. I'm gonna read something. Then we're gonna go into the to the thing, because no. What was this? No. Because I'm gonna read the official statement from Empowerment Ministries. It's gonna be I'm gonna have that up, but have a couple of stories. There were two, but then we're gonna get into how I felt when it comes to the because I used to go to this ministry. You know, they had a lot of part in my healing when it came to my journey, and even when I came to launching We Are the Church Ministries, I had it as an online ministry before then, but it encouraged me to propel things forward when it came to all that stuff. And let me put it like this: anytime you go to a place, you have kids involved, and we're gonna just we're gonna save that for later, because I'm not in the best place to be nice about that subject, because he's a sadistic psychopath. He's a piece of garbage, and he deserves whatever he gets in the justice system. Some people, when they say people feel sorry for folks that are in prison, I don't feel sorry for them, because it's guys like him that go to prison, and he's just a psychopath. He deserves whatever the system throws at him, because I don't like that kind of stuff. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're in this site for a reason, because I'm not gonna sit here and read the whole time. And why are these two things attached to social? Okay, this is what we got. I'm just looking at what we got going on. Okay. All right. Let's look at this first. This is horrific too. But you know, this happened too on the same day. All this crap happened on the same day. I want y'all to understand this.
Tonight with a tragic update in the search for a missing girl.
A 6-year-old girl. Now there was no Amber Alert. There was no searching or anything. It was just death and mayhem. Now y'all see why I do what I do. Why I don't hold back on stuff. Because you have psychopath people that murder children, that attack people, that go after kids, that go after innocent people, that don't care about anything or anybody, don't care about anybody's lives. How do you target children and babies? That's my question. I don't understand this.
Graceland Vick was found dead near her family property in Saussure. Let's go straight to Noah Noble, who was at the scene when the discovery was made.
Absolute heartbreak here in Saussure tonight after Graceland Vick's body was found in the vicinity of the family home just before 6 o'clock today here on F. Taylor Road. Just an incredibly tough scene. the desperate search underway in the hours beforehand. Around 12 o'clock, young Graceland was reported missing by her family. They say she was in the front of their house playing in the yard, and then suddenly she vanished. Harrison County deputies got here around noon, and that's when the search began. It was all hands on deck. Harrison County Fire Rescue was here, along with other agencies, including the Gulf Coast Search and Rescue. That's a group made up of first responders and civilians.
All this crap happened during Black Spring Break. Okay, but I'm going to go on record to say it's not connected to Black Spring Break, but this is horrific stuff happened during this time. And it's just, who does this? Why do people harm and hurt kids? And why are they not having the worst penalty possible known to man for harming children? I think people that y'all know how I feel about people that harm children. They should have all kind of stuff happen to them, and that ain't even good enough. You know how I feel about this stuff.
Civilians who are trained in finding missing people. Unfortunately, young Graceland was found deceased. Her body found in the...
It's ridiculous. Someone unalived a freaking child. They were missing. Child's missing. All of a sudden, somebody took her. Somebody took her and unalived her. This stuff pisses me off.
The vicinity of her family's property here on F. Taylor Road. You know, this is not the end you ever want to hear on a story like this. And family members react. I
wonder who did this. I hope they get the worst everything that can happen to them. I hope they get everything that's coming to them. I hope they do, because anybody that harms children, anyone that does this, just like with the Easter egg hunt, who shoots up a freaking Easter egg hunt? What sadistic psychopath? Oh, it's all coming out tonight. Y'all might as well get ready. It's not going to be Reverend Wilkes. It's not going to be any of that. You're dealing with T-Dubs, Terrell, whatever you want to call me tonight. It's not going to be Reverend Wilkes, though. It's going to be somebody else.
How you would expect any family to react getting that news. It was a...
Because I don't play about children. When it comes to kids, when it comes to endangering lives of kids, when it comes to kidnapping kids, when it comes to murdering children, that stuff is just sick. It's sickening. It's sickening.
A very tough scene here today. First responders doing whatever they could to console the family. Now, so far, the sheriff's office has not confirmed if foul play was involved in this, but I can tell you that
foul play is involved because there was a child involved. If you ask me, foul play was involved because there was a child involved. You can't tell me that there was no foul play. Hold on 1 second. Anyway.
Scene tape was up, and the sheriff's office, crime scene investigators were on scene. Family members very distraught out here tonight, and of course our hearts go out to the family members.
Oh, that's my boy right there. I seen him in a lot of other stories, but I just recognized him.
We're dealing with this tragedy here in Harrison County. I'm Noah Noble for WLOX.
Why does this crap have to happen in Gulfport, man? I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to hear any more of this, because I'm upset, because I'm enraged. I'm angry about this. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. No, I don't want to read that right now. There was another one. There's something else happened. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to find it. Biloxi Hotel. So someone shot. There's a couple of videos of this. we're gonna get into to the Deacon. Because we got there's a lot of crap happened this weekend. Apparently, so a lot of garbage happened this weekend. That's okay. We got it. Gonna do the suicidal crap. I think
Last year I did
because there's a lot of stuff went on. By the way,
all at the push of a button on a tablet.
Service Titan payment.
don't ask me how it happened, but it happened.
Incident in Gulfport causing concern for residents.
No.
Incident in Gulfport causing concern for residents in the area of 28th Street. Austin Johnson.
28th Street. That ain't far from my house. 28th Street. Serious? Right. I'm glad I was at work. I'm actually glad for once that I had to work over the weekend because all this crap was going down. If I had been out celebrating or doing whatever, I don't tell them what would have happened. God protected me. I wish he had protected these people, but we know how he operates. He works in mysterious ways. But let's keep going.
This more.
Yeah, well, the scene is all clear, and people are all safe here. Now, just to kind of walk you through, if you haven't been paying attention, there was a standoff situation between the Gulfport Police Department and a person, that they're saying was in a suicidal situation. Now, the PIO Ducray said that this person held the gun to his head and not anybody else. I know there was some rumors floating around out here that he held his family at hostage, but that was not the case. And I'm going to step out of the way here. You can see.
Okay, so that was actually a rumor. So he actually had hostages. He didn't. Because people were saying he had hostages. People saying he held somebody hostage. He had gunpoint. That's why I go to actual news articles. Hold on. That's why I actually go to articles and news sources. I just like to deal with facts. I don't like going with rumors because rumors people can say anything. A lot of people said that. That's why I wanted to actually go after news articles and news stories because there was a girl being murdered, being unalived. Of course, you have to say weird stuff on social media because everything's censored nowadays. The girl's being unalived. Now you have this suicidal situation where he unalived himself. Why do we have to talk like this? Look, he killed himself, okay? He killed himself.
This happened all here at
and if Facebook doesn't recognize this or doesn't like it, I'll just put it on Rumble. Because, yeah, I'm not finna. You have to say certain stuff and change all your words around. It's been a long day. I had a long day at work. I'm tired. So I'm just going to say what I want.
The Brookstone Park Apartments and right outside 50th Avenue and 28th Street. And now just earlier, a SWAT truck could be seen just right outside these apartments with an abundance of police cruisers. But at this time, again, we reiterate that it is all clear and all is safe. Reporting here, Austin Johnson, WLOX News Now.
Because he basically unalived himself. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go to. Where are we? I don't want to. We're gonna go to the thing. Okay. Got that. Okay, I'm trying to see the right order to play these because I don't want to. I want to play these out of order. Okay. Right. All right. So I will. Yeah, I want to play in the right order. There we go. I'll play both of these. Are you kidding me? All this crap happened on Saturday. An officer was injured too. You freaking kidding me? But anyway, let's do this.
Your news for South Mississippi starts now.
We ain't holding back on this.
Happening right now, police are investigating after a domestic dispute goes wrong during a church gathering in Gulfport. We have a team on the ground, and Parker Boyd joins us live with the details.
Scumbag.
Jennifer, Gulfport police say a church deacon is dead and that another man is injured after a shooting took place here at the Jack and Florence Golden Park in Gulfport shortly after 2 p.m. today. And police say 3 people are in custody as they conduct their investigation. Gulfport Police Lieutenant Jason Ducray says Empowerment Ministries Christian Center was having an Easter celebration here before those gunshots rang out. Ducray says the shooting started after a domestic...
Who shows up to a church gathering and opens fire where kids are? I don't care how emotional you are. If you open fire in front of children, whatever happens to you, it needs to happen. Okay? There are kids in this place. There's an Easter egg hunt. You know there were children there. Because according to this, no, as a matter of fact, let me read the thing. I was going to read this, but I need to read it. Because before I forget, because I'm gonna forget, I can easily forget. Because I don't like this. I hate this. I hate how this happened. Official statement from Empowerment Ministries Christian Center, April 12th, 2025. It is with heavy hearts that we, the Empowerment Ministries Christian Center, address the tragic events that unfolded during our family Easter egg hunt at Pretty Circle earlier today. This was on Saturday. Our beloved Deacon Eddie Shedd was taken from us in a senseless act of gun violence. Deacon Shedd epitomized the virtues of a hero, displaying selfless courage and bravery that ultimately saved others from harm. He paid the ultimate price for his valor, and we are deeply saddened by his loss. Deacon Shedd was a pillar of strength within our community and a beacon of light and hope. His unwavering faith, kindness, and dedication to serving others have left an indelible mark on all who knew him. We extend our heartfelt prayers and condolences to Doris, Jalen, Caleb, Kamaya, Nellis, Derek, and his family and friends who grieve this profound loss. And prayers do go out to his family. We send prayers. We are the church ministries. We send our prayers to the family, to his loved ones, to Empowerment Ministries on a serious tip, because that's not something that's easy to come by. It's not something that's really easy to deal with, especially when you lose a family, you lose a loved one, and it's tragic, very sad, very hardening. Can't imagine what they're going through. We want to reassure everyone that this tragic act was not carried out by a member of Empowerment Ministries Christian Center. That began as a beautiful day filled with laughter and joy was overshadowed by a criminal act, and we are all heartbroken by this senseless violence. In this time of sorrow, we remain steadfast in our mission to be a light in the midst of darkness. Our faith gives us hope and strength, and we draw comfort from the assurance that we will one day be reunited with Deacon Shedd we continue to lift in prayer those affected by this tragedy and stand together as a community united in love and resilience. Let us hold each other close to support one another and continue to be beacons of hope and love in our world, in faith and solidarity. This stuff pisses me off because it didn't have to happen like this. It didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to be that way. If it looks like, I think it happened over the guy was arguing with his child's mom over the child, wanted to take the child. It didn't have to go to this extent. You didn't have to take someone's life, you evil bastard. If that makes any sense. It's just somebody like that doesn't care about what they're doing, how they're doing it. It just doesn't make. It's just terrible to me. You're so upset. You have that. You can't control your emotions enough. You're so sadistic that you have to try to take the lives of children, other children that are out there. What did they have to do with your situation? This is a crap. It makes me question humanity and their thoughts and ideals. What did those kids at the Easter egg hunt have to do with your situation? What did Deacon Shed have to do with your situation? Why would you shoot someone that had nothing to do with your situation? It's just freaking insane.
Domestic dispute here in the parking lot. One man was killed. Another victim had to be airlifted to a hospital for treatment.
Airlifted. You injured other people. You killed a deacon and then you injured some more freaking people. You piece of garbage. Over something that could have easily been resolved if you just kept your stupid emotions in check. That's just freaking, that's wicked, evil, cowardice, anything you could think of. These people, the people at this ministry, had nothing to do with what you were dealing with, what you had going on. Nothing. And for you to take a life of someone that had family and loved ones, he was someone's father, probably someone's husband, someone's everything. And you took, because you didn't know how to control your emotions. You decided you just wanted to try to take a bunch of people's lives. That's why I say what I always say about guns. Everyone doesn't need a gun. I think people should be psychiatrically evaluated. You should have evaluation to get your head examined. Before you get a gun, you should be evaluated. These people don't need guns. Not everybody needs this crap. Because look at this. Everybody doesn't need guns and they know it. Because the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in these stories here. You don't care about the lives of children. That's what pisses me off. When children are at stake and people don't give a crap about them. What about the kids? What about our children? What about these 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds? What about these people? It's like people don't care about kids. It's like, what is it? What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us, man? It's like we don't care about children. These kids are supposed to replace our generation, and we don't care about them. What are we doing out here?
Church members told me the man killed was a church deacon who tried to intervene. His identity has not yet been released. Now, members of the
Oh, we have his identity. It's gonna be. We know who he is. That's the horrible part about it. We know who the heck he is. This is the earlier video. I'm just doing in order. Something's wrong with our society. You get emotional. You get emotional in your feelings, and you decide you just want to off people. When they found them, they should have took them out. They shouldn't be. Ain't no arrest. There's no court date. There shouldn't be a court date behind this. You threaten. You're a threat to society. There shouldn't be no court date or no trial. There shouldn't be one. Not with this garbage going on. If you put other people's lives in danger, you don't deserve a court date. You don't deserve prison time. You don't deserve any of this. You need to be taken off the streets. You don't deserve it. When it comes down to children, I don't play about that. I don't play about it. When it comes to kids, when it comes to people, you're putting people's lives in danger. You're going to have a child. You hold your own child hostage. Because I got the facts on this before I even did this. That's why I postponed it to Monday. You hold your own child hostage. People are just terrible. Some people don't need children at all. They don't need children. If you're going to use them for stuff, if you're going to fight over, if you're going to put other people's lives in danger and all this other crap for kids, it's like people in this generation don't care about children. I'm not saying all of them, but there are people that don't care about children. I'm not saying everyone you meet, no. This is just senseless. It makes no sense whatsoever to have this happen at a church event. And you know what pisses me off the most? When I used to go to this church, it was safe. It was safe. There was none of this crap going on. But that's how bad things are out here. You have a piece of garbage. You show up at a child's event because things don't go your way, because you don't get your pacifier, because someone doesn't kiss your bobos. You want to get upset and want to take it out on everybody else that's at the event. It had nothing to do with it. Someone had to give their life so you wouldn't harm those children. That makes you a horrible bastard. That makes you a piece of garbage. Someone had to sacrifice their life so you wouldn't harm those people.
CC also told me that the deceased victim was the head of security at their church, and they say this is a huge loss for their congregation. So a very sad day here in Gulfport with lives changed.
It didn't have to be like this. It did not have to be this way. It didn't. But when you got pieces of garbage out here, they didn't deserve this. An Easter egg hunt, for Christ's sake! They didn't deserve this.
After this shooting, if we have more information on this situation, we'll give it to you right here on WLOX. But for now, reporting live in Gulfport, Parker Boyd, WLOX News Now.
See, they're probably not going to say it because, you know what I'm saying, they're Christian folks, they're church people. But y'all don't have to say anything. I'll say it. I'll say it for you, okay? He's a piece of garbage, all right? I don't care about a lot of things. See, I can come out and say what I want because this is my podcast. This is my platform. He's a sorry sack of crap for shooting up a church event. I don't care who he is. I don't care who his mom is. He's a sorry sack of crap for shooting up a church event. These people, they wanted to do something for the children. But you got some idiot out there that got in his feelings. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'll say it for you. What a piece of garbage. I ain't even done yet. I'm not done. What a piece of garbage. That's one. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Saw that one. Okay. That's two. I'm not even looking in the right order anymore.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's one.
No, it's that. If I hate ads, I'll do that.
First tonight, heartbreaking news out of Gulfport after an afternoon shooting at Jack and Florence Golden Sportsplex. A church on the coast confirming one of their deacons was killed in the gunfire. Parker Boyd was on the scene in the aftermath and spoke to members of the church.
Police say a Gulfport church deacon is dead and that another man is injured after a shooting took place here.
Gonna kill the deacon and then shoot someone else. I ain't gonna tell you what would happen if I was there. If I was there and I had my pistol on me, I'm not gonna tell you what the result would have been. I'm just gonna leave it right there. I don't go into detail when it comes to that. But I'd be on the news. That's all I could tell you.
At the Jack and Florence Golden Park in Gulfport, a little after 2 p.m.
The Empowerment Ministries Christian Center identifies one of their deacons, Eddie Shea, as the man killed during the
horrible
on Saturday afternoon.
Awful.
Gulfport Police Lieutenant Jason Ducre says the church held an Easter celebration here before the gunshots rang out. Ducre says the shooting started after a domestic dispute here in the parking lot. Another victim had to be airlifted to a hospital for treatment. Church members say Shed was trying to protect children when he was shot.
He's the head of our security, so unfortunately what happened today, but he died a hero doing what he does best, and that's protecting, and that's loving, and
that's saving them from an evil bastard that was in his feelings because he was such a scumbag. He didn't have enough sense to just leave. He was just so in his feelings. I'm gonna pull out a gun. Everyone doesn't need a gun. Everyone's not smart enough to know this. What the heck a gun is even for? You're gonna pull out a firearm around children. Oh, he was emotional. Bull crap. I'm sick of hearing. I'm sick of that excuse. I'm tired of giving people excuses. We're not giving these folks excuses. A lot of people get emotional, but they don't open fire on children. Darn all of that. I'm sick of that crap. Oh, they're emotional. No. If you're that emotionally unstable, you don't need to be in public. You don't need to be around people. If you're so emotional to where when you get mad, you think about murdering people, you don't need to be in public. You need to be in prison behind bars. A lot of those people in prison, they belong there. They don't need to be let out. They need to be there for life because they think like this guy. They think like him. I don't care who gets mad at me for saying this. Anybody that thinks about murdering somebody because they're angry needs to be behind bars, needs to be away from people. Anytime you do this, they don't need to be around folks. That's just the way it is. Why would that be the first thing that comes to your mind?
it's looking out for everyone. That's who he was. He wasn't just a wonderful man, but an incredible human being, and was willing to do any and everything for anyone.
He was that person. He was that guy that you could always just have a laugh and always count on to be at the church when the doors open and when the doors shut. He was just that guy, and we're just.
I really hate this. Because I know these people personally. I really hate this. I hate this. I hate this with all my heart and soul. I hate it. Because it doesn't make any sense. It didn't have to be like this. It didn't even have to be this way. Because I didn't think it would be these people to have this event, to have something like this happen. I didn't think it would be not this ministry. I didn't think it would be. You show up at all because you're upset. That is the part that pisses me off the most. You had no regard for the lives of children. Then when someone tries to save them, you shoot them multiple times. Multiple times. Someone should have blown his head off. And I'm not even joking. I'm not. Take him out. He's a threat to other people. He's a threat to society. He's a threat to these children. What did Thanos say? You should have gone for the head. That's what should have happened to him. And I'm good at praying and singing praises to the Lord and all. But when you threaten the lives of children, I'm a whole nother person. I'm a whole nother being. Yeah, I like to preach and sing and pray and let my son's life be in danger. You'll see a whole nother side of me. That's anybody. I don't care who it is. Anybody that cares about children, you're going to see another side of them when the children's lives are in danger. Guess what? Guess what? Even Christ said, if you cause these children to stumble, you're better off being drowned at the bottom of the sea. Have a noose tied around your neck and you be drowned at the bottom of the sea. It's not a game out here. It ain't cute when kids are in danger. It's not cute. That stuff ain't cute. It's far and there's way too far. I don't play about children at all. At all. Because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve this. They didn't deserve this. They did not deserve this. Especially the people that he left behind. They didn't deserve this. They didn't. Honestly, they didn't deserve this. And I feel for them in this ministry. I can feel it. They didn't deserve it at all.
Gulfport police say 3 people are in custody as they conduct this investigation. Reporting from Gulfport, Parker Boyd, WLOS News Now.
Where's the other story? Because after this, I'm done. Okay. It's the last one. I'm out of here after this.
A Gulfport church still in mourning after a beloved member was tragically shot and killed after an Easter egg hunt over the weekend. Austin Johnson went to Sunday's Empowerment Ministries Christian Service Center and to service there and shows us the life of Deacon Eddie Shedd and how the church is remembering his heroic actions.
Never fail. You never fail. You never fail. Hearts crying out Sunday morning at Empowerment Ministries Christian Center following Saturday's tragedy. My Savior, the one. An Easter celebration ending with a deacon's life being taken.
Father God, even in the midst of this, God, hallelujah, we don't know.
I feel for him. This is heart-wrenching, heartbreaking for this crap, man. I just don't like it at all, not one bit.
Where else to go to find our peace but you. Hallelujah, but you haven't.
Through prayer, hugs, and fellowship, this church family coming together, mourning and rising up through what they say is an unimaginable loss for this.
I saw one where the guy was arrested. I'm going to look at that one after this. This is not the last one. I'm sorry.
Congregation.
First off, how are you all doing?
It's rough.
They're not going to be okay. Because that it made me angry, and I'm not attending the ministry anymore. It made me angry. So, yeah.
It's very, very challenging. This guy, he was a part of our family. Our church.
And the reason why I like my platform because I could say what I want to say. And I could say he's a horrible bastard on Terrell Speaks. Because, he really was. If you put children's lives in danger, that's what you are to me. They have to uphold ministry standards and all of that. Of course I do on my platform too, on my church platform. But this is not my church platform. Okay? This is my podcast. So, yeah. Yeah.
We are one big family, and so we're all grieving. As pastor, all the way down to the babies themselves.
Terrible.
Eddie Shedd, also
awful.
Security at the ministry,
awful.
Died from gunshot wounds after he intervened in a child custody dispute, jumping into action, protecting children.
A child custody dispute. Shouldn't those be handled at the courthouse? I just have this question. Shouldn't child custody disputes be handled in court? Why would you get angry at an event and try to open fire on people because you can't get custody of the child at a freaking event? What did the kids have to do with this? What did Deacon Shedd have to do with this? What did Empowerment Ministries had to do with your stupidity? Something you could have settled in court. If you had a problem with your visitation arrangements or your custody arrangement, go get a lawyer. That's what normal people do. That's what normal folks do. They go get a lawyer. You evil bastard. That's what normal folks do. They get a lawyer. They get an attorney. They don't open fire in public where kids are. They don't shoot people multiple times. They don't do these things. Because they're not sick and sadistic like you are. Man from Social. I don't know his identity yet, but his name is Mud as far as I'm concerned.
I wouldn't expect nothing less from him to do something like that. Nothing less. He was just a hero.
He did a great heroic thing.
I hate this. I really do hate this crap. I hate people have to suffer because someone was being an idiot.
But if I could go back and to change anything, I wouldn't want it to be at the cost of his life.
EMCC Pastor Greg and First Lady Irene.
I hate it. I hate this.
McGee, both describing Deacon Shedd as a big teddy bear with a contagious sense of humor.
He had this giggle and this smile. I saw him look serious, but I never saw him without a smile unless he was just doing his job and he was looking serious, like watching.
Deacon Shedd was a person that was full of joy, always had a laugh. Whenever you were around him, you were sure going to laugh.
He even gave the individual an opportunity to drop the weapon, and he didn't, and so he received.
I wouldn't have gave him a chance to do anything. If you pull out a weapon and his kids around, you don't deserve any chances whatsoever because you did not take into account that there were kids. It should have been some shooting going. I don't know how it should have happened. But kids' lives don't deserve to be in danger. This is just how I feel. It might. I understand that's not how reality works sometimes because Anything can happen to anybody at any time. I understand all of that, blah, 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 yakety smackety, but I don't like it. That doesn't mean I have to like it and enjoy it. Okay? That don't mean I have to sit and enjoy it. I could dislike what I want to dislike. I dislike the fact that children's lives were in danger. I dislike the fact that this moron pulled out a firearm and started opening fire at children. Took an innocent life, tried to take another innocent life. Tried to take lives of children. That's what I dislike.
A bullet because he was even in that moment not just wanting to take someone's life.
Like I said, I don't have any I wasn't holding nothing back. And I ain't. I'm not. I'm really not.
Connection to the shooting. Now investigators believe the shooting began as the result of a child custody dispute between Gabble and the mother of his child.
We won't let this go in vain. We just won't let this go in vain.
Longtime church member Shatandra
Between Mud, whoever the killer was, his name is Mud.
Ball is clinging to her faith and remembering Deacon Shedd as a wonderful husband to his wife.
Him and his wife. His wife was that dynamic duo. Like every time I seen her, he was just...
I hate that for her. I really do. Prayers go out to her and her family. Okay? I really hate this for her and her loved ones. Because this is awful, man.
It's, one step behind her, like just like her shadow.
In our times of need, and this is a time that we need you, oh God. This heartfelt church service is just one of many to come as they grapple with the senseless act of gun violence.
Terrible, terrible, horrible, and pitiful, pathetic. I'm describing the killer. Okay.
Miss him, but his memory will live on here. It will live on in the heart of his church family.
In Gulfport, Austin Johnson, WLOX News Now.
Awful. Awful. Really awful. Really, really awful. Okay? Where's the one about him being arrested, the killer? Because I just want to see justice. We need something. Where is he? Where is he at? Okay. Right here.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space?
No.
Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of your home right now.
Don't care right now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Martin.
I know I can do that. I've been able to do that since past 10 years.
Gulfport police
Don't care.
more details about that fatal shooting Saturday during a church gathering. Police say 24-year-old Tyron.
Okay. 24-year-old, yeah. There he is. 24-year-old piece of garbage. Charged with murder and aggravated assault. Should have been charged with capital murder and being a douchebag. And should have got life in prison. Without any parole, without anything. Just got life. Gabble. Garbage. That's what his name should be. Garbage. And no, I'm not praying for him. If anyone asked, I'm not praying for him. Somebody else can do it. Somebody else can do the honors. We're gonna pray for him, and no. Not praying for him. I'm praying for the people, the victims that he created this day. That's what I'm praying for. He needs to be where he needs to be without bond somewhere. He needs to be locked up somewhere. I have no sympathy for him whatsoever.
Gable is charged with the shooting death of Eddie Shedd and aggravated assault for shooting another church member. That second church member life-flighted to Alabama. All of this happening during an Easter egg hunt hosted by Empowerment Ministries Christian Center. Investigators believe the shooting began as the result of a child custody dispute between Gable and the mother of his child. Gable was also shot in the exchange. He's being held at the...
He should have... You know what I'm going to say about this. The gunshot should have done more than just make him flee. Put it like that.
Harrison County Adult Detention Center and is not bondable.
Adult Detention Center? Yeah. Okay, that's too good for him. Anyway. want to know my thoughts on this garbage. My thoughts are, whatever he gets is too good for him. Okay? Whatever he gets is too good for him. Because I can't stand this. I can't stand it, alright? They didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve it. It's just terrible. It's awful. Prayers go out to the family, to the loved ones of Empowerment Ministries Christian Center. Y'all didn't deserve this, and I hope that y'all find peace. Hope that y'all are able to grieve. I feel for the wife and for the for the people he left behind. It's just not an easy situation, so I understand the weight of it all. I hate this happened. I really do. Send my condolences and everything. I hate this. It's really terrible. It's horrible. So, but that's all I have for this stream. I don't have any more videos for this one. Even if there were, I wouldn't want to do any more of them because I'm done with this for the day. I'm done. I've had enough of this. It was just too much for one day. Yeah. So I'm just gonna we're logging off here. But all I can tell you is see something. Where are we at? Okay. No. Get that off my screen. All right. All right. Yeah, we're gonna hope everyone has a good rest of their night, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm out of here. Where are we at? Okay, this thing is messing with me. Okay. All right, now I'm officially out of here. Toodles.